Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to another Tuesday night stream. Amazing to have you here at the start of the stream. Hello, channel. Welcome, mate. Good morning to you, sir. And Todd, hello, mate. Welcome in. Welcome. How is everyone doing today? It is Tuesday, week 9 of season 2. 2026 on iRacing, and incredibly, there are only 4 more weeks left of this season 2. It feels like it's been flying by, and we're back for some more Porsche Cup action, as you can expect. So, now how is everything looking, guys, on the stream, etc.? I've had a change of bunch of stuff on the rig. I've fully stripped and plugged in everything on the stream. Wanted to know, does everything look okay? Sound okay? Is there anything going on there? So it looks nice. No stuttering of the camera or anything like that. Is that just my screen? Kind of looking at the top there, looks a little bit stuttery. If everything's looking good, we will run as is. But yeah, I'm back for some more Porsche Cup action. As the title suggests, it's quite an important week. Oh, thanks, Todd. Appreciate that, mate. No stuttering, fantastic. Quite an important week, guys, for Porsche Cup for me. It is obviously the Spa. I've been looking forward to Spa all season. Frame rate higher on the camera would be nice. I've kind of maxed that out at the moment. Is it a little bit laggy, is it? Ooh, that would be disappointing. It's kind of what I can see it here, but haven't, apart from plugging it in and plugging it back in, plugging it out. Anyway, we can worry about that later. I think it should be okay for now. You don't want to diagnose these things real time, do you? That'll be bad. It just looks like 24 frames per second. Okay, I'll double check that. I think it's anyway. We'll worry about that later. I don't know if it's got a 60 FPS, this camera. But yeah, guys, we're either way. Anyway, we've got a race in about 15 minutes time. So we are looking at doing some laps in a second, but pretty important week for me on Porsche Cup. Because yeah, it's Spa, and I've been looking forward to Spa. It's sort of my home track at the moment while I live here in Belgium. In fact, I was there over the weekend for the World Endurance Championship, which was fantastic. I think we'll talk about that between races 1 and 2. But not only is there daily racing here this week, but also we have the first round of the Porsche E Sports Championship Open qualifiers. Now, I'm not expecting to qualify for the esports championship. I've been looking at results today. Some absolute hitters coming out this week for Spa and assuming the esports championship. But I'm quite keen to have 4 good weeks of the qualifier series. There are only 4 possible time slots, only 3 of them max I'll be able to do. And it's just like for me, it's just one of those moments you get to kind of put your best foot forward and just see how you stack up. In terms of pace this week, I'm not entirely sure where I sit, despite Spa being one of my all-time favorite real-life circuits, as you can imagine, and most people that's the same case. I'm not the very best around here, and the Cup car has been, I wouldn't say it's really tricky, but it's easy to overdrive it. So my plan tonight is quite simple, just to have some calm, and try and just hit my marks, not rush it, not try and rush pace, and just see if we can let it come to me, essentially. Have some clean races, and yeah, the first attempt at the qualifier series is tomorrow night. I will be filming them for videos, the open qualifier series. So despite what we have here, there'll be more racing than I do at Spa over the weekend. I hope I can show you guys that in some videos as well. But yep, tonight is normal. We're going to head out at least. We're going to do at least 3 races tonight. Hey Jack, welcome, mate. You racing tonight, dude? And I say 3. We've had a bit of sickness in our household over the weekend. Lots of tummy bugs going around. Both my kids have had it. Wife's not feeling too good. I, fingers crossed, have not got it yet. But yeah, we're all pretty low on energy in the house at the moment. So we're going to aim for 3 races. And if we're feeling good, if things are going well, we might push for 4, which is our normal. But we'll just see. We'll just see. There's some big nights of stuff coming up. Kids are off school for the rest of the week as well. Whew, yes, Race to Survive would be, it would seem. Yeah, good one, Jack. Nice. It'd be good to have you in, mate. Yeah, there's been, it looks, yeah, it look, the fields today look very competitive. They will be very chaotic. Spa tends to bring out some pretty chaotic races. Yeah, everyone's got confidence, and that doesn't tend to bode well for the cleanest of all races. So let's see how we get on. Let's see how we get on. It is it's 10 minutes before our next race. So let's get out on track and do some laps. And yeah, go from there. I will say, guys, that I do love this about iRacing. So this week is Spa in the calendar. Have already done 2 already, and they're super chaotic. Oh no. I'm quite keen just to survive these ones. I really am. Yeah, I've done a couple of what I love about iRacing is that these calendars do often very closely match the real world racing that's going on. And you guys might remember a few weeks ago we raced at the Red Bull Ring. And that was the week that the German Porsche Cup Series raced at the Red Bull Ring. They are at Spa this weekend. They're part of the GT Open weekend that's happening. And in the weekend just been, on the Saturday morning, I managed to catch the Belgium and Luxembourg Porsche Championship. Was also racing at Spa. It's a support class. So I got to actually see the 992 at Spa this year. And it's a fantastic car around the track. So I love the fact that I was there in the weekend and I got to see it race. And I'm now here in the sim doing exactly the same thing. So yeah, it's fantastic. It also made me think that I could probably guess where some of the weeks next season for Porsche Cup would be based on where the German Porsche Cup Championship, because it seems like they are mimicking that calendar this year. So yeah, very cool. Yeah, it's very cool. But I'll talk more about the Spa weekend, the Saturday out at the circuit between the 2 races, because there's a bit to unpack on that one. It was a great day. So we'll save that discussion for a bit later. 456 drivers are signed up for the next race, guys. So it's like I said, it's going to be a very busy, very competitive week here at Spa. Hello, Jason. Welcome. Yeah, no thanks. I've had no luck on it today. Oh, don't say that. Jack's saying it, Jason's saying it. We could be in for a rough one tonight, guys. Yeah, I'm just looking to survive at best. Dan Turismo, hello, mate. Want to get someone this week. Hopefully get a stab at the esports race too. Yeah, fantastic. No, honestly, I have no real chance at qualifying for the esports championships. Let's be honest, guys. The top 35 from each region go through. There's just 0 chance it's happening. But to give it a go is just fantastic, right? It's just, honestly, it's worth giving it your best shot, being part of it, and just seeing how you stack up. I think it's just, there's very few time slots. You might only be able to get 1 shot a week. Say goodbye to your safety rating. Impossible to gain any. Don't say it, Jack. Don't say it. I had a struggle gaining safety rating last week. That's right, we've got a Nürburgring Endurance Championship race coming up in a few weekends' time, so that might just be my saving grace for safety rating over the next while. We might end up back in B license by the end of this week, guys. All part of it though, right? It's all part of it. It doesn't really as bad anymore. To be honest, I didn't race this car here last season with where it was really bouncy, because it's quite early on and I hadn't fully handled the Cup car at that point. But from what I've seen, it's a lot less. They've sort of fixed the really bad bouncing in this car. It's still bouncy, I'm not gonna lie, but it's definitely not as bad. But you can get quite a bad wheelie. It's just that I remember it being much worse previously, essentially. But the only real comparison I have back to back of sort of the first version of this car and then the slightly updated version was at Imola, going through the chicane, and it was a lot more settled the second time round, but it was still bouncy. Yeah, right there. It's a slowdown. There'll be so many slowdowns in this, guys. With cold tyres, I still haven't quite found the limit there. Which is annoying, because obviously it kind of kills the flow for the rest of the lap and costs you so much positions. Yeah, Jeremy, it was a great race. It really, really was. Like I said, guys, we'll have a big chat about Saturday between the first two races, because yeah, I've got quite a bit to say about it. WEC is in a really good place at the moment, I'm not going to lie. And it did make me very excited because next month I am going to Le Mans for the 24-hour. First time seeing that championship at Le Mans. It's gonna be absolutely spectacular. And it just got me really excited the whole weekend. But I think the E Sports Championship is going to be really interesting, because this week, guys, we are at Spa, which is the first round of the esports qualifiers is also at Spa. But for the next 3 weeks, it does not match the Porsche Cup calendar. So next week, I believe, is Sebring, and then it's Suzuka, and then it's the Nürburgring Grand Prix. So, you know, well-known tracks, but you won't get the daily race practice like everyone is this week. So it's going to be really interesting to see, you know, how doing some races helps with maybe participation numbers, or simply, you know, how chaotic the races are. Versus next week, where if you want to be doing it, it's you've got to put some pretty serious practice into it. Yeah, Jack, I was thinking about that before as well, actually. It could well be in different races. So many drivers. Turn, no, oh my gosh. Oh, I'm crashing. Oh dear. Yeah, James, I think you're right, mate. I think, you know, maybe like splits 3 and 4, if you win them all, you might, you know, like, but you're right, you're gonna have to get right up there to get enough championship points. Yeah, like I said, I don't really expect to qualify anyway. It's just the process of, you know, preparing yourself for a race that's, you know, very important. You only get one, two, maybe 3 shots max at it, and you got to survive. You got to make choices based on, think about points, think about finishing. Like, you know, can't just, oh well, that didn't work, jump into the next one. It's going to be really, really interesting. Maybe better racing too. So yeah, it's my favorite move. I've certainly done it a few times today. Like I said, the practice hasn't gone incredible. That's too deep in there. I say it's so easy to overdrive the car, and yeah, I think I've been chasing times that aren't realistic for me at the moment, and I've got to. Yeah, tonight I think it's just about trying to be really patient with it, not make any mistakes. And yeah, not rush these entries. I think that'll be my things, not rushing the entries. And then I think a bit of speed will come from just being a bit more consistent, open pace. Like a low 218 is sort of where I've got to so far on race fuel, and I think I can do, when I get the flow right, I can do 218s. So I don't think it's terrible, but you know, the top split guys were doing low 16s, like 15s even. But I should probably stop comparing myself to those guys this week, because there was a daily race earlier today I was watching, and the strength of field was 8k, and you had guys from Verstappen Racing, Grid and Go, Williams eSport, they were all there, and it was just bonkers. That off track as well. I think we're about to get a race ready. One more time up our route. Oh. You can't get up there flat. I promise. It is possible. Yeah. Race. There we go. Okay. Let's see how we get on, eh? But yeah, as always, thank you very much for joining me this evening. I hope you're having a great day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And also today, I actually released my first ever YouTube short, of all things. Pretty credible to think we're almost 2 years into this and I hadn't started doing any of those. So yeah, that's out there now. If you guys do see it, make sure to give it a like. Definitely helps. Yeah, shorts are a new thing for me, so I'll be interested to see how they kind of perform on the channel. Sort of what feels like starting over again on YouTube, actually. It really does. Where we go here? Yeah, get close to it, but try and avoid it. Yeah, it's like if you get it right, it's fine. But anything outside of that, and then you hit the bump, and it gets airborne, and you just don't know what's going to do on the other side of that. We'll work into that, I think. Jack's in the split with us. We are door 14. But Jack is in our race today. That's good. Easier said than done, yeah, 100%. Don't want to pick up a slowdown on the first time up here as well. It's not too bad. Right, qualifying. Yeah, so I'm assuming this is at least split 3. Strength of field's 3,409. Split 3, maybe even split 4. But yeah, it was like nearly 600 drivers. It's incredible, guys. It's absolutely incredible. Don't have too much time to mess around on these out laps. If you want 2 laps, you're gonna have to get into things a little bit. -38° track temp, so we're pretty high. Not the highest you can have, of course. But yeah, you're definitely feeling the heat. It's a slippery old track at times. Oops. Get off the grass. Gravel on the track already. Right, 2 valid laps. That's what we're aiming for here. Plenty of places for off tracks, plenty of places for slowdowns. Look at this corner though. What a turn. Right, that was very safe, but safe. Slow down behind. Just didn't help the curb there. Missed most of the apexes in that one. Oh, no, didn't do it. That was slow. Okay, we set a lap. It's not fast, but it's set. Oh, too deep, too deep. Oh, that's a shame. We went faster.
Ticket flag, ticket flag.
All right, top 10 currently. We'll see if that lasts. Down to 9th. Where are we here? Jackson at 18.2. Good luck for the race, mate. Yep, well done, mate. 18.2. Yeah, 17's. That's where you need to be, isn't it? Three seconds remaining. Yeah, 11th. Right in the thick of it. Right in the thick of it. Right, let's quickly... Better not forget this. Yep. Thanks, Jack. You knew. You knew. Cheers, Dan. Right. 11th place. Here we go. First race of the evening. This should be... Let's see how we go. Let's see how we go. See, I think there's definitely a little bit more pace than what that qualifying lap was. It's a bit conservative in a few places, but we had valid laps, and I think that was the main thing. There's a few people behind us who didn't see any laps. Jack's right in front of us here in P9. So yeah, let's just see how we get on here. Keep it clean. Get through. But yeah, it's a daunting track. You know, I'm not bringing a lot of confidence into the circuit, and I'm not good in GT3s here. Not really good in anything here at Spa actually, despite it being, well, I guess it's most people's favorite track, right? Like, it's just such a great place. Yeah, backwards. Hey mate. Yeah, I've seen some crashes already through on different people's streams, and even the very top splits are having problems there. It's a bit much. Oh, someone has just jumped the start. Can you do that? Here we go.
Green flag, green flag.
Great start. Ride that second clutch a bit more.
Car on your left.
Yeah, definitely a black flag for that car in front with the jump start there. Yeah, pretty cautious behind. Oh, slowdowns galore.
Car on. Clear.
Oh, just into the gap, didn't he? Oh, Jack's got to slow down too. Okay, well, we're away. Very gentlemanly, wasn't it, Dan? Maybe everyone is practicing for the esports race, but they don't want to just crash. And there may be one attempt tomorrow night. Oh, the slide. It's so deep there. Red and white livery hurts your brain, you don't know why. Well, here's a... What's that flag? The Danish flag? Oh no, that's very white. Maybe it's a flag color.
Right side, on the left, 3 wide. Clear on the right. Right side.
Thank you, Jack. Could definitely trust Jack there. Oh, Jack's got another slowdown. No. Slowdowns everywhere at the moment. Hey, here you go. Well, hopefully you can learn something. I'm still learning. Even if you learn through my mistakes, I guess, as always. Right, so it's overall been an okay start here. Crash. Just waiting for someone to get turned there. Ah, yes, Hugo, this one's open setup. Slow downs in front. Oh, that was a good one from that guy.
Left side, clear.
Well, apparently you just don't get slowdowns. Nice. It's my fastest lap around Spa in a Porsche Cup car now. Oh, slow down in front for the guy in front now as well. Felix got another one behind. They are the killer, aren't they? Oops, bit deep. It's nowhere near brave enough into the bus stop there. Whoa. Hey, Owen. So I can't fully read that message at the moment. Ooh, that's wide. It's wide for me too. No, I didn't end up doing Spa Imsa. I was out at Spa watching the World Endurance Championship on Saturday, and around that we've had a very sick family. Both my kids have been unwell and stuff, so unfortunately my potential sim racing weekend plans fell away. Too early on the turn. That's not fast. That is not fast. You're going to have to ignore the IR drive telemetry in the top corner there. It's doing some funny things today. So it's quite going off my best lap at the moment. Hey, Ringle. Yeah, I've seen a couple of guys on the 0TC. I haven't tried the like throwing it on one yet or anything. But, oh, that's a slow down. Yeah. Come on, get rid of it. Yeah, so I might have to try that in the next session. 0.1, come on, 0.1. Here we go. Right, first slowdown of the race. Let's not have another one. Oh, go on, red. Yeah, I don't like doing the slowdowns when you've got people right behind you. It's just a bit dirty to be really slow through the corners. It's too unpredictable. You end up causing more accidents. Come on, car. Do it. Oh, that's another one. Okay. That's 7 laps done. 4 to go. Oh, don't do it. Oh. Oh, that must have been just inside the track. Oh my goodness. Ooh, that was a funny bump. Starting to slide around that corner a bit. Yo, Walter. So far so good. We've been finding our way up the field on this one. Started 11th. Lots of slowdowns around me early in the race. I've only picked up one myself, so been up a few spots. Pardon on the move.
Right side, clear on the right. Car right.
This is dodgy.
Clear on the right.
Well, that took a bit of cooperation. Woo. We survived. It's off track. Only 3 so far. Shouldn't say that, but Jack's having a bit of a scrap behind there. And that didn't work out to him, for him too well. A little bit deep. Oh, good boy. Almost followed him in. Like I said at the start, guys, it's just easy to overdrive this car. Especially on open setup, the low wing. Just trying to be really patient on entries, because, yeah, you get yourself in trouble like that guy did, and there's no coming back from it.
White flag, one more lap to go.
Okay, no pressure on this last lap. Let's just have a clean one. 7th is a decent result from 11th.
You've got about 2 laps of fuel.
Okay, last set of corners here. Still fighting in front. Bring it home, 7th place. I'll take that. 3 incident points.
Ticket flag.
I'm happy.
Great job. You did really well.
I am happy. Rexy livery, is there a Red Bull livery? Yes, there is. There is backwards. Look, it's right. It's right here. It's this guy. He's got the Red Bull can livery. Love it. Yeah, I'll take that. My fastest lap just into under the 18-second bracket there, a 17.999. So that's a nice way to start. Jack, what happened, mate? You almost got to me. Just got to me. Odd seeing one that isn't number 3 Verstappen. Yeah, that's true actually. That's like a genuine Red Bull can livery, which I haven't seen that one. So, yes, mate. Are we looking forward to the N24? Absolutely. It's going to be so interesting to see how it goes. Qualifying on Thursday. What's it? The top qualifying on Friday. It's going to be fascinating to see how it goes. 4 slowdowns. The last 3 laps, my tyres were absolutely dead from overtaking the same guy 5 times. Yeah, tyres definitely drop away at the end a little bit there, don't they? But yeah, it was a shame, mate. Yeah, I only picked up 1 slowdown. I was half okay with that. Terrible start. Look at that wheel spin. But quite gentlemanly in places here. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I did have to go side by side with a guy into the bottom of Al Rouge. And that was interesting. That was interesting. But we made it work. Yeah, the first time the N24 has completely sold out of fan tickets, which is incredible. Absolutely insane. So like, it's the Verstappen effect was always going to have an effect, right? I'm properly glad that it's gone that way, if I'm being honest. Not too bad, guys. Not too bad. Yeah, honestly, wasn't really much. Honestly, wasn't really much to look at with that one. Just nice and simple. I say I wasn't trying to overdrive the entries. That seemed to be working. There's Jack having his first slowdown. Yeah, that's a shame, mate, 'cause you had good pace. You almost got back into the fight. What happened on the last lap for you? Second to last lap. Let's have a bit of a nosy. Actually, where is... It must be here. Was this close or not? Gave him way too much space on the apex there. And I should have defended that. I got back to the racing line. I thought, hang on, I'm probably going to have to brake early because these two in front. I should have defended this. And he just kept his nose in. And we just got out of it. Both missed the slowdowns. Happy days. But behind... Is it in here? Is it next lap? Next lap. You must get a run on him. Up the hill. Were you flat through there at any point in the race, mate? Yeah, because just keep it on track probably would have been possible. Yeah, they were kind of right there, weren't they? I didn't quite have the pace. But, yeah, for a while they were kind of there or thereabouts. Yeah, I was having a little chicken lifts in El Rouge each time, but I think with the slowdown possibility, that seemed to be the better way to do it. So, yeah, brake reference. The brake reference is cool, isn't it? Yeah. There we go. Yes, every time I got to say, okay, right, there's the limit then. So you make a move here. What happens? This is done. Is this a self kill? Oh, it is too. Oh no. Oh no. You kept out of the wall at least. Oh dear. So close. I was worried. Yeah, tires are dead. No, that's fair. Yeah, when I saw you going by in the mirror, I thought, hang on, here we go. He's going to be raging up behind me. Well, there we go, guys. And yeah, and then for me, we got passed by that guy, and then he just goes. Where's he brake? Just under the... Yeah, so you can see where he brakes, right? He's just before the shadow. You see he's braking there. And I brake way back here. Too much speed. Just lose the rear end, and by that stage, you just can't save it in these cars. So, yeah, honestly, Walter, mate, you guys, you TSC guys have got to just try and give this a bit of a go away. You know, it's one car, get your C license, pick a few of your favorite tracks. It's just a lot of fun. It's a great little car to drive. And yes, so we're super competitive tonight. There were 580 people in this race. There'll be probably 20 splits. So there's something for everybody. Something for everybody here. Really interested to see what split that actually was. Yeah, we were split 3. There you go. 49 iRating. Goodness me, that's decent. And I gained safety rating. They said it couldn't be done, people. They said it could not be done. Yeah, see, that's not too bad overall, isn't it? So 17.9. Guys in front of me in 18.6, 18.2. So without that slowdown, I probably could have been in front of those. But yeah, 17.6, 17.7. Even this guy in second place is best lap in 18.1. So it's very interesting. Obviously just all very clean laps. A few off tracks, 83s. And we're only, what, 4? Yeah, about 5, 6, 15 seconds. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, what ifs with slowdowns? Yeah, so true. Oh, hey, learning the new Pcup car went from 1700 iRank to 2800 iRank. Nice. Nice. Yeah, that was about the same for me. When I started, I think the first time I tried Pcup was like week 1 of the first season, like the season 1. And it wasn't too good in it, but then later in the season, I got into it a bit more, and I went from, 2K. Basically, I went down to 2K, and then went all the way up to, past 3K in this car. Pretty much all my iRating gain has been in Porsche Cup. So, yeah, I'm just having a great time with it. Now, next is fixed. We really need to jump in and do some laps here because I haven't done any laps in the fixed. It's a bit more understeery. I can't play with the traction control. Can't play with the brake. I can play with the brake bias. That's it. So I might have to have a little play here. Don't think it's as warm. Don't think it's as warm as the Open was. But it will be very understeery, this fixed car. I believe Open and fixed are quite different in terms of just how they drive, essentially. So we'll have to have a little play here. So IMSA was just as busy last week. Yeah, it wasn't split 10 with 2K iRating. Yeah. Oh, I think Spa is very, very popular. I think this week the difference is a lot of very top players who are preparing for the esports championship. But yeah, we saw it. We saw it with the Nürburgring at the Nordschleife. There was also a lot of people racing early in the week before they obviously went to do the GT3s. But yeah, it's what I love about this particular series is if you get on a normal week, it's fun racing. On a busy week, it's also very fun racing. You just get more of a chance to potentially get a result. Doing a lot of split one stuff the last few weeks has been good. It's just that, you know, a top 10's a good result in that, where, you know, you come here and you go, okay, 7th, solid, maybe there's a podium in it this week, you know, something like that. Not that you want to try and have too many expectations, right? Like, gotta just do your thing sometimes. We can't play with the TC. Yo, Danny, how are you, mate? Yeah, so far so good, dude. We went from 11th to 7th in the previous race, so that was a nice little start to the racing day here. And yeah, we're mostly trying to prepare for a little attempt at the Open qualifiers for the Porsche Cup E Sports Championship this week, round 1 of that this week. So just looking to build a little bit of confidence today, really. We'll try the rear wheel brake bias here. She's understeery. Yeah. Yeah, Erwin, mate, I just saw your comment. Honestly, I'm facing that exact dilemma right now. I feel like a, you know, 3K plus Porsche Cup driver. I feel like I can belong in these races. I feel I can have a really good go at them. I do not feel like a 3K high-rated GT3 driver. And with a lot of practice on one event, I can do a decent enough job, you know, like maybe at the Nürburgring or, you know, teams race or something. But I honestly feel outgunned, and I need to make a change with that. I need to drive the GT3s more, and I need to be ready to lose some iRating and then come back to Porsche Cup and gain it back, you know. But yeah, it's almost the problem when you find a car you really like and you drive it lots and it's fun because you're winning and you're doing stuff like that, you know. You then don't spend the time on the other ones. You then just get this mismatch in your ability. So I feel you on that. I really, really do. Something I've been thinking a lot about for next season, and what, like, some of the things I want to focus on next season. And yeah, I think that's kind of part of it, actually, not gonna lie. That's how that curve. doesn't feel too bad in fixed. It's a little bit, definitely understeer. But I think that suits my philosophy of not overdriving the car. Oh yes, of course, guys. We were going to talk about the weekend. Guys, World Endurance Championship is absolutely on fire at the moment. It was absolute pleasure to be there, trackside. Let's go and get past. You can go past, buddy. It was properly good. It was a beautiful day. We got up to about 20 odd degrees, and all sunny and beautiful. It was great because I got out there early and got to watch the Porsche Cup race, and that felt cool. You know, seeing these cars on track was phenomenal. Got me excited to doing this week. But I've got to admit that whatever WEC are doing at the moment in terms of overall balance of performance and category stuff, keep doing it. The first stint of the race, the entire hypercar field was nose to tail. Even the Genesis was right there, and he's crashing. I didn't even try and avoid that. My wheel is on top of the car. Oh dear. Well, I'm glad that was just practice. I should have just backed out of that, right? He's spinning in the pits again too. But no, guys, we really did have. It was such a close opening stint of the race, and it was so good to see. It was just so good to see no one running away with it to start with. It made the first pass of the GT3s like properly chaotic. But you know, it was evident that there was a number of teams that could win this race. You know, and then kind of got in further into the race, and World Endurance Championship have implemented a new light boards on the side of the cars, and it was actually it was much easier to follow the actual racetrack side. You could see where the class positions of every car was. You could see how much virtual energy the cars had on the side. You could see when a car was on an out lap, it actually had out on the side, and it actually made it easy to follow. And you could see pretty early on that the number 20 BMW was on a bit of an offset strategy, was going much deeper into a stint. I think they made an early stop somewhere, but and the same with the number 8 Toyota. They'd always cycle to the front, and every time they came into pit, they were further and further up the field. And then later in the race, things kicked off. We had a few virtual safety cars, and that fell perfectly for the BMW squad. It fell perfectly for the number 8 Toyota, the first ones. And then it looked like it was just one stop to the end for everybody. And that, you know, the BMW looked like it had pace, it had track position. And then the second safety car the virtual safety car came out, and it came out literally as the number 8 had just pitted. And it was a real shame because the number 8 car is obviously the Brendan Hartley car, the Kiwi Brendan Hartley. And, you know, by that point in the race, Bill Bamber's car, they'd picked up damage from a contact with one of the GT3 Porsches. So it was like kind of my hopes were resting on Hartley's car. But also I do, you know, support WRT and BMW. So it was kind of like, almost looked like the dream podium, you know, 2 BMWs and the number 8 Toyota with a Kiwi on the podium. But yeah, they got completely screwed over by the virtual safety car. And in the race to the finish, because everyone then stopped, everyone was good on fuel, and watching Kevin Magnussen defend against the 50 Ferrari was phenomenal. The whole crowd was into it, because obviously WRT is a Belgian team, so to see you know, a Belgium squad going, you know, for the win at Spa. Crowd loved it, and it was such a good atmosphere. It really, really was. He has crashed 2 times now. He's trying all sorts of things, man. And, you know, just one of those perfect days at the racetrack. It really, really was. I just couldn't have asked for more. Absolutely love it out there. But no, whatever the category is doing, just keep doing it. Like, I know there's lots of chat about balance of performance and stuff. It's tricky because qualifying, it looked like, you know, Ferrari and Twitter had no pace, but they're such good race teams. You know, their race pace, their strategy kept them in the event. You know, it was good to see the Aston Martin have pace, but, you know, Peugeot, Alpine, BMW, Ferrari, Aston Martin, all at moments looked like they were on for a podium. And that made it very, very interesting indeed. So I can't complain. I can't complain at what they're doing. I'm very much looking forward to what Le Mans is going to bring. Obviously, they bring their own balance of performance to that. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But if it's that close, it could make for a extremely interesting 24-hour race. And yeah, it was good to see Genesis. Genesis got their first points on the second round. That's going to be a really really cool. That's a really cool car actually. That it makes a very cool noise. That sort of WRC based engine they've got. It's very, very neat. But it was good to see they had pace. Again, their points really came from good strategy, just being sort of luck of the draw with that final virtual safety car. But, you know, they stayed on the lead lap to get into that position. So that was really good to see. But I think that car's got a bit of potential for sure. When are you going to jump into real Porsche Cup race? Never, Jack, never. Do you know how much money these things cost? It's crazy dollars. I just like them in virtual because then I can crash them. I think I crashed again. That's entertaining, isn't it? Yeah, because when we watched the support class, I was at this corner watching here, and a couple of cars came together, made contact, and you know, hit the yeah, basically one car drove half a spin, and then another car drove into him, and you can see the damage. You're like, there's a bumper, there's a wheel hub, like that's hit the rear wheels. There might be gearbox damage. Like you start doing the numbers in your head, and you're like, yeah, it's not worth it. Not worth it. Yeah, it's only 400k per season or something, you know? Okay, well, that doesn't feel too bad. GoFundMe time. Oh no, look, there's, you know, if people are going to donate money, there are much bigger causes in the world than doing a bit of racing. I don't think I could ever do a GoFundMe for something like that, you know. Like go and feed hungry children or something, you know. Like it's you know, it's great to see people that can do it go out and put on a show. But I'll admit that I love being a fan of the sport, you know, and like so before the race, we're sitting in that grandstand there up in El Rouge, and I got there, you know, 2.5 hours before the start because that's how you got to get there to get a seat. But like later on, I had a couple of the guys sit down next to me, and they were speaking English. They were from the UK, and so I kind of eventually said, "Oh, where are you guys from?" and rah, and got chatting away with them, and it was great because, you know, they'd come from the UK, so their first time at Spa, so it was great to sort of talk about, oh, you know, you can go around here at the circuit, and what do you think of this? And I've been like 9 times now, you know, so it's sort of feels like my home away from home in a way. It's cool to, their first time reactions. And, we were talking about the championship and the changes and Porsche going and McLaren coming next year and Ford and where it's at. And it was great just talking real motorsport with real people. And I think as much as it'd be fun to drive and, do the real thing. And I just, don't see myself doing it. It's just so much money. But at the same time, I just feel so privileged to be able to be a fan of the sport and be trackside. And part of me thinks, well, chasing that around in a way, like going to Le Mans next month, back to Spa for the 24 hours, like that feels just as cool to me. To see the best of the best, something just crashed there. See the best of the best do their thing, put on a show, and watch it live, or it's pretty privileged, really, isn't it? It's pretty freaking cool. So, the new bridge, they've got the new bridge installed. You couldn't walk over it yet because that tower building there has been redone. I quite like it. The bridge is essentially right where that light bar or like kind of a lighting barrier is. So it actually makes no visual change to the circuit. Be better than going underneath the tunnel for fan access to the paddock. Much more direct to that grandstand on the far side. But it's sort of in its. I'm assuming it's going to be done before the F1. But it's looking quite good actually. Oops. I'm still to attend my first race. Introvert autism makes me want to go out too much. No, look, that's fair. There were 101,000 people at the circuit. There were people everywhere. And it's still big enough to handle it. It wasn't like you were shoulder to shoulder all the time. But there's a lot of people. It took the hour and 20-minute drive home took, essentially 3 hours because I sort of waited and then got in the car and the traffic was still horrendous. It's a big day. Lots of people, nowhere to hide. So no, I totally get that, Right, Jack is also in this race. So we get to do battle once again. A couple of clicks back on the brake bias once more. So if we can just get another, same again, 2 clean laps. It seemed to work well for us last time. Got Adrian 2 cars up. I recognise that name from Tuesday nights. It's very cool when you start noticing the same people week on week. A lot of Turkish drivers in this race and Polish drivers. There's about 5 Polish drivers in this race. Okay, let's see what we can do here, guys. No, Hugo, not Jaxa. Don't think Jax is here. No, Jack, so Jack is, he's the Finnish driver you'll see. That's Justin. He's been, it's Jarko. I can't, and he doesn't mind. We've agreed to call him Jack. But he's been in the chat quite a bit. He's a couple above you there in the chat with the golden profile there. Gold color profile. But he's been racing with us pretty much all season long. On a Tuesday, shows up and gets in the chat, and he's really going to race with. I don't think I could... haven't raced Jackson yet. Met him at Sim Racing Expo last year. Really nice guy. Yeah, he's definitely on the race. He's roughly out iRacing at the moment, so I'm sort of wondering if I will actually see him in a race at some point. I don't think he races in the evenings very much, though. It's a bit sloppy. Oh, he was streaming just before he started. Okay. Was he doing Porsche Cup or was he doing something else? Oh no, he was doing IMSA, wasn't he? Come race Porsche Cup, Jack. This is where the real racing is. Okay, a valid lap. That's a bit deep. 1.3 seconds away. This is about what it was last time, so let's get this done. So again, guys, I think the IR drive's been a little bit funny at the moment in predicting the lap, so lap time difference is really there on the dash to have a look at. Does this every now and then, kind of gets out of sync, and then they're quite quick to fix it in the next update, but sometimes the prediction gets a little bit out of whack. I feel like I'm throwing it a bit harder now, for some reason. It's like the rear's less, I guess it's got more rear wings, the rear's feeling a little less nervous. It's too early on the turn there. Let's go loose. $17.8. Okay. 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 7th. Apparently I still need to be way quicker. Jack's done 18.2. Surely Jack's got another one in him. No. Good luck, mate. Good luck. It's a little bit closer. Look at that, though. 17.1. Where's that time? Goodness me. Need to get a lot braver, don't I? Yeah, I think I'll still take it, though. It seems relatively competitive. I think it's... interesting. Yeah, so top iRacing in this one is 4K. Strength of field 3,500. Out of P7. Let's see if we can go again, eh? Another P7 would be nice. But yeah, guys, thank you for choosing to spend some time with me, as always. If you haven't already, please give it a like. It really does help the streams. And like I mentioned before, I did release my very first YouTube short today. So if that does come across your feed, make sure you give that a like as well. Just, yeah, I think it's a very new thing for me. I'm very interested to see how shorts ultimately perform. Feels like you're sort of starting from scratch again with audience and things like that. So yeah, we'll try and make them a bit more consistent, like at least 3-4 a week or something. I've got a bit of a backlog from doing some streams. I've been saving some, but yeah, it's like a whole nother algorithmic recipe that I haven't quite figured out yet. Right, so Adrian's in the multi-color cars there. Anton in front of us. We raced in the last race, so we know he's pretty quick. Don't recognize the cars behind from the last race. Jack's out of 14th. So I'm sure he'll be trying to move his way forward a bit. But let's have another clean start and then see if we can do that one. So tie to my mount, Matt? Sorry if I cannot pronounce that at all, sorry. This one's fixed. Hello, mate. Welcome into the stream. This one is fixed. It's not missed the start. Sorry if I got your name wrong, by the way. I'm still getting a bit good at that.
Green flag, green flag.
Nope, still too much bogged down start. Oh, I don't want to hit you. Oh, he's gone right inside that guy. Okay. Demir, get out of it. Thank you. Should have stayed in 5th. Everyone's got slowdowns. Look at that. Everyone in front of me has got slowdown. Oh, I touched him. Oh, look at these guys. If you're going to serve your slowdown in the middle of the track, guys. Massive unsteer. Jack's right behind us already. Wow. Oh, this is super understeering. Guys, what was that? What sort of start was that? This feels absolutely shocking, this car. Wow. Let's race Jack a bit here. Oh, he's got to slow down. Bro, this defending with a slowdown thing, honestly, annoys me so much.
Clear on the right.
I just feel like it's just dirty, you know? It's not defending, it's just blocking. That's a really dumb place for an off-track. Okay, I'm gonna settle down here, get into a groove. This guy's got a bit of front end damage or something. It seems very slow. Yeah, not getting a good exit out there. Oh. No, that's not good. That was really sloppy. Understand. too deep. Oh, that was shocking. What are you doing, baby? Another slowdown for P5. He's had a couple. Yeah, having fun, Todd. This is nice. A little bit better through there that time. Just a tiny bit more patient. Trying to rush it too much. Better. Still could be better out of that corner. Oh. Oh, we just kept it in bounds. Oh, damn. Ah! Done it again. We're defending this one, buddy. Oh, no, 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 no. Ah. Got a little bit deep there. Oh, I thought he might be cheating the nose in. Whoa. That was a bit more airborne. Bump draft. This is space. Patience, patience, patience. Oh, it's a bump. Pretty wide. Jake's gonna get both of us. Ah! To back out of it. Good racing, guys. Good racing. Jack got both of us. Oh, that was shocking. Wow. 8x already. Oh, wheel to bite. Didn't really want to put my nose down there. The guy behind was right behind me. Oh.
Time to go.
Wow. Deep. This is pretty intense, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Oh no. Really deep for the guy behind. This is good fun though, guys. This is proper good fun. Oh no. Oh no.
Pick up the course. You've got to slow down. Give up that time.
Guy behind's got one too. Oh no, no.
Left side.
Hello. It's too hesitant. Is this going to go side by side into blind spot? Surely not. Oh, don't put your nose in there.
Clear on the left.
Whoa.
Clear on the left.
Oh goodness. That's scary stuff. Oh, that is scary stuff. That's a shocking lap for me with that slowdown. Heart attack moment, yeah. Strength of field's 3,500. It's good racing, right? You know, like, honestly, it's one of those ones. I do not care I lost out on that. That is just good fun, and that is showing us how clean the series can be. There is good racing out there. Don't believe the propaganda, guys. It's not all rubbish in iRacing. It's some proper good racing to be had here. So this will be like split 3, I think. Okay. Two to go, 9 done. You could probably argue that then higher splits it's probably a tragedy as well. I think I found a few people around this iRating that, you know, good races, just less ego, I guess, you know, just like you think most of the time in Porsche Cup, right, we are finding ourselves in split 1 and we got proper fast guys around us, so we don't, is for better or worse, you're not always thinking like, I can win this, and it sort of, I think, just makes a slightly more gentlemanly approach to your racing. You can look for a good result, you can be there, you can race hard, but you've also got in the back of your mind that it's better to have a good clean battle than it is to get a position at all costs, you know. Now that's not everybody in these sorts of races, but more and more I find these people. Say, Adrian, I've raced Adrian a few times now. So you start to have moments like that and you go, yeah, I can trust, and he's going, oh, I can trust him. Let's go.
One flag.
Fastest lap of the session at the end there. One to go. it's a little bit too gentle. Slow down behind. And that's going to be enough for our top 10, I think. Just don't mess it up yourself. Oh, don't do it now, Bradley. Shouldn't have said anything. It was really silly of me to even say that this position was safe because of the slowdown. Alright, we got there. P10. Lost a few spots, had some nice battles there. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. That was really cool. That was really quite cool. Let's have a look at some replays of that. Yeah, Todd, yeah, it does, it really does, yeah. No, some are, you're going to have crazies in some racing in general, you know, but like I said, the more I do one series on a particular night, the more I'm finding these same people who are, you know, quite honestly, just having some good racing. You know, we're just having some good racing. Yeah, I ran a little bit deep here. I thought I was in trouble. Jack's lurking. Fun race, yeah, good racing, man. Up to what, P6? Crushing it. Oh, actually, before we do this, we need to have a look back at lap 1. Because I don't know what it was like from your perspective, mate, but so we're blocked on the inside here. Give him a little bit of a nudge. He's just jamming it down the inside there. You sort of just get away with that. And then going up here, pretty much all these guys in front, or I think from the red car, maybe, yeah, they all pick up slowdowns. See, just look at them. All of them, just off they go. All of them get it. But so they're obviously going to stay in the race here. I just throw it down the inside of this guy. Just so I don't. Yeah, give him a nudge. You got to slow down. I don't really like this type of slowdown. And then all these guys have all got slowdowns here. And they're all trying to be slow, so we just go through the middle. Sorry, Adrian. Give him a little bump out of the way there. But I don't know. Look, give me your thoughts, guys. 1, 2, 3 drivers with slowdowns. I think the guy in the red car here is trying to stay out of the way and serve his. The yellow car obviously can't. You've got to commit to that early. And then the guy at the front is just sitting in the middle. They had to, it's like if you're defending on a slowdown, it's blocking. That's my opinion of it. Like, you got to serve it. It's your penalty. It's no one else's, right? So we just throw it through here. Like, please do your slowdowns out of the way. And then I run wide, unfortunately. And that means we go side by side here. But I could have cleared these guys. I could have cleared these guys in this first lap. Which is, yeah, a little bit of a shame. Yeah, and then the guy in the grey car does a similar thing. later in the race as well, right? Yeah, not a fan of it. Just not really a fan of it. And this is our first battle with this guy? Yeah, he sort of has a look up the inside here. Let's be the next lap. The one after. This one, maybe. I did almost kill him. Like I said, if you're serving a slowdown on the racing line, well, we have a really nice battle later on, so I think we make up for it. I thought he might just keep the nose in here. Fortunately, didn't. And he gets a good run here. Defending the inside. Jack's licking his lips back here. Yeah. Space, space. Just keeping the nose in here. Like just, oh, look at you, Jack. Love this. Again, just showing the nose. Almost get away here, not quite. Side by side, and I get a little bump. It's probably more netcode than anything as well, isn't it? No, we're pretty much there. Just a little bump. And then Jack just cleans us up. Perfect there. Absolutely perfect. Yeah, Todd, no, I think you're right, mate. A wall of slowdowns there on lap 1. There was a car width gap. We just go through it. That's a good move, Jack. That was very patient of you. And then we unfortunately fall away. This is the, I get to slow down, don't I? Yeah, get that slowdown. We both got slowdowns. And then I run wide. And this is where Adrian gets a run on me here. This was a shocking lap in general, you know, slow down and then make that mistake out of no name. Little bump there. Keep it in bounds. Side by side. Down through the S's here. He's giving me space. A little bit on the gravel there. Try not to run too deep here, because I know that it will be death if I do. Out through the second Stavilo. Car behind's having a really good look here. Little bump. And then through here, this is great. Oh yeah, no, there was a lot of off tracks in that one, Jack. Just keep it in. Just enough cooperation here. It's good racing though. I gotta admit, that's just good racing. Side by side for, you know, 5-6 corners there and space given. Yeah, that's a bit of fun. That's a bit of fun. So yeah, we finished P10 in that one there, guys, and Jack's here finished in P6. So once again, mate, fixed setups. Doing yourself a great job there. Yeah, I'm definitely losing after actually miraculously gaining safety rating in the first one. We absolutely have lost a bunch of them. Oh, look, we've gone under 3 too, so we've just lost heaps. Oh dear. Oh dear. 132 championship points though. That's not too bad. Check with the big 167. Another 24 iRacing. Well, we're still A license. This is starting to get down though. I'm getting a little bit concerned. Oh, that was split 2 as well, guys. That's very interesting. That is very, very interesting. Maybe the big peak has 312 drivers signed up already. On to the next one. Yeah, it goes a little bit cleaner. I think just battling guys there, it was, yeah, you kind of, if you can be in your own race, you can really focus on the safety rating. But when you're racing guys that close, you sort of, it just is what it is, isn't it? It just is what it is. Oh, what a fun night we're having so far, guys. Right, and now back to open setup. So that's going to be getting used to having a slightly more nervous rear of the car and being a little bit more cautious coming into court entry. I might catch a few people out here going from fixed in. If you can definitely throw the fixed setup around a bit more. You really, really can. You doing any more, Jack, or is that your two? I'm pretty sure you normally do the two. Yeah, only two. No, fair enough. Work started again. Oh, okay. Good stuff. Well, I'm glad it started up again. Remember I was talking about that they had delayed the sort of the opening of your work season. So that's good you're back into it. But yeah, no, best of luck, mate. And yeah, thanks for tuning in once again. It's been fun racing you. I did finally beat you on track once. I don't feel like I do that very often, mate. So and yeah, good work on that previous race. Yeah, good pace. Now it's the TC. Let's try the TC down. I'm not going to turn it off because I don't feel that skilled. But in theory, a bit more rotation on throttle. So let's see if that eventuates here. Yeah, you've got good racecraft though, mate. You seem to put it together in the races, and that's where it counts. I think maybe like outright pace, you're a little bit faster, but qualifying obviously on the cold tire is a slightly different technique. And I've always found that my qualifying seems to be pretty decent on iRacing. But yeah, when everything's warmed up, my like kind of peak pace doesn't quite match. This season's been a lot of good starts, slightly worse finishes, which is a bit annoying going backwards. But it's all right. We're putting ourselves at the right end of the field most of the time. Evan, probably overdriving it a little bit, yeah. Cheers, mate. See you in the next one, dude. Thank you. Yeah, and the Porsche Cup car's a really good example, Erwin, of the you know, working the tyre too hard, getting too deep under brakes, too much into the ABS, and then it just wants to understeer. You then cook the tyre really fast, doesn't work well at the end of the race. Like it's quite a delicate car in that regard. So yeah, a lot of entry patience, and just getting the brake markers right, not trying to go too deep. But I think probably like most sim races where you do sort of, as a bad habit, gravitate to trying to find time on under brakes, like brake later, brake deeper. And this car has been teaching me to not do that. But yeah, when I really look at the top guys, that's the thing you see. They never go too hard on the brakes. They never go too deep under braking. Their peak pressures are very meticulously capped at a level you don't think, right? You don't think that's where you do that, but that's how this car likes to work. So, and then if you don't use them up under brakes, then you've got some tyre left to make the turn, and the car then can get on throttle earlier, and it all stacks up, and that's where all the time's made. But I think, yeah, when you're like there, too deep. I think when you are in the heat of a battle around other cars, you can default to some of these more aggressive driving styles, and it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Yep, too deep again. And you see, as soon as we get into that yellow ABS, doesn't want to turn. It doesn't want to stop, doesn't want to turn, that's it. Yeah. He's going. Yeah, I think it's just the default. And it can kind of look good. Like if you're watching the telemetry, you get a whole bunch of, green bar under brakes. And you're like, oh, look at all that time I found. And then you don't think to look at it at the start of the next corner where you're actually 2/10 down on where you were before the start of that last corner, So you get this false sense of like, oh, I'm getting faster, but you're not. You're just braking too deep and then losing it all off the other side of it. Oh, 2 car. Goodness me. Hey, did it flat. adjust. One more time flat through here, maybe. All the tyres can do it. Actually pretty easy if you get it the right line. I think the bump and the flyers, if you get it too shallow, you try and straight line it too much. If you kind of come around that bump on the inside, brake too late, then it doesn't do it. I think if you try and straight line it too much, get up on the curb, it just lifts the front end and over she goes. Yeah, I think we have to really practice that hill for tomorrow's first qualifier race. Spend a bit of time on it during the week. Those slowdowns will severely hurt my overall result, I think. So we need to avoid those at all costs. Right, must be race time. Here it is. Right, guys, so I think we'll do this next race, and then we'll finish up for tonight, I think, with our sick household and generally just being quite tired from the whole thing. I'm not going to lie. And obviously a couple of big nights coming up with racing. I will go slightly shorter on today's Porsche Cup stream. And yeah, just a reminder, guys, we will make videos each week about the qualifiers races. So I'll be full focus for the races. We'll do some cool videos about those over the next 4 weeks. We will be back with not Porsche Cup, SRI GT3 Championship on Thursday. That's round 7, 8, 9, 10. So 4 more rounds of that as well. So we're round 7 for that. A wet to dry race at Suzuka. And I say to dry, it might not actually dry up. We've had some debate whether they'll actually do that or not. So we can see. But yeah, wet to dry. And yeah, that'll be quite interesting. I think Suzuka's going to be quite tricky in the wet. But we've got a little bit more rain practice under our belts now. See how we go, really. So that'll be a bit of fun. So yeah, only 4 more rounds of the GT3 Championship to go. I'm not entirely convinced we'll do it again next season. And that's not yes, Jan, you're absolutely right. F1600 at the Nordschleife. Yeah, I absolutely am doing that. Someone mentioned that on my video, and someone made that comment, and I was like, that is perfect timing that I just got my Formula D license. And it's on the combined too. It's the N24 layout, which is hilarious, right? It's supposed to be like a 13-minute lap or something, 12-minute lap. Surely. Like, that's going to actually, yeah. So that I think that'll be sometime in the weekend. We'll give that a bit of a crack. I don't know. Yeah, what's a good night for F1600 racing? It's probably tonight, isn't it? So that looks an absolute bag of laughs. NLS, oh, NLS version. 935. Really? Wow. Okay. Speedy. Goodness me. Yeah, no, definitely gonna have a bit of a crack at that. I won't have a huge amount of time for it, I'm not gonna lie. But just done your first, yeah. No fear. Was it fun? Looks here. Second now. Good stuff. You're having a blast. We are having good fun here in Porsche Cup tonight, though. I'm not gonna lie. Been having some good racing here. Had a 940.5 first quali. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I have to carve out a bit of time for that. And I do want to, and I really need to. I want to do my first F4 races this week as well. And I'm going to do those in VR. So, yeah, I think we're going to... Yeah, I don't have a setup for F1600. So I might just do it in fixed and just roll with it. We'll see. I'm only 1500 iRacing in Formula, so I think it's just going to be a bundle of laughs all round. And low pressure as well. I'm trying not to take the Formula stuff too seriously. Just enjoy the chaos about it. So we're door cut 8 for this one, guys. Slightly lower strength of field, I think. Let me just confirm that. Yeah, 3,300, so barely. So let's see if we can put something together. Once again, 2 clean qualifying laps is what I'm looking for. 38 degrees. See if we can get into the 17s on qualifying for this one. Oh, don't touch that curb.
Green. Okay, here comes your first time lap.
Chicken lift through Al Rouge this first lap. I'll probably chicken lift every corner, not gonna lie. Hey Doc, how are you, mate? Just still in the qualifying here, so bear with me while we get this one done. Don't go wide. Just kept it in. Bit slidey. Touch too deep. Oh, nice, Doc. Yeah, man. Get back on track ASAP. Good luck, Jan. Enjoy it, mate. A bit too deep. That's not what we wanted. That could have been a much better first lap, not gonna lie. $16.7. Someone has done a $16.7. Wow. Yeah. Ah.
All right, there's checkered flag.
Not perfect. Third. I don't know if that will last. 18.2. Yeah, no. There'll be people in the 17s for sure. Fourth at the moment. Yeah, I think there's definitely more in that lap. There's definitely more in that. That's okay. I'm probably doing Pcup as well because Spa is my favorite track. Yeah, nice. There's so many people in this. Had like 600 and 500 in the two races that we've done. So yeah, I was split 3 in the first one, split 2 in the second one. We're definitely probably split 2, maybe split 3 again in this one. So there's some hitters out. It's a very, very competitive week in Porsche Cup for sure. So all right, 6th on the grid. Let's put a setup in here before I forget. Imagine doing that. That would be a short way to finish. This one's open. Yeah, this one's open. And yeah, this is probably the more popular one because a lot of people will be doing their esports qualifying races this week. And for this week, they are at Spa. The next 3 weeks, the qualifier races are not at the same track that Porsche Cup's at. So 1 at Spa, 2 there's big qualifying races on. Yeah, just lots of reason for everyone to come out. So yeah, I saw earlier today there was a streak the field of basically 8,000, 7,900 in one of the It's like the 3 o'clock race or the 4 o'clock race or something, which is just like crazy stats, you know? Whole bunch of guys above 9k, 10k. It's good racing. It was so fast. Yeah, like low 16s, all race long. Unbelievable. And of course, everyone that does Spa like this, the people come out for Spa, right? Like they're good at Spa, they come out specifically for Spa. Like I'm not quite at that level with Spa yet. I'm still learning it, and like I love this place, but you know, I'm not. It's not my best track by a long shot. So you just don't get it very often in iRacing, not like another Sims where it's like every other week. It's kind of few and far between. This might be like the only like the second time I've really driven Spa properly on iRacing. You know, it's in like 12 months, you know. Pretty odd, actually. Okay, guys, so we're at a P6. Let's see what we can do in this one.
Green, green, green.
Much better start.
Right side.
Nope,
Clear.
that's a touch. We are still in a straight line.
Car right.
So do it, buddy.
Clear.
Slow down behind, slow down's ahead.
Car on your left. Clear.
Defending on a slowdown again.
Right side. Clear.
Okay, we're still alive. Look at the leaders.
Car right.
Oh,
Clear. Right side. Clear on the right.
what a move. Well, slowdowns galore behind. It's going to open things up for us here. Oh, I followed him. What'd you do that for, Bradley? What's that off track? That's a ridiculous off track. Patience. Hey Maru, how are you, mate? So far it's been bright actually. We've managed to survive 2 races. We've got a 7th and a 10th. Had some really nice racing actually, really close, door to door through multiple corners. It's been a lot of fun. How's life? Well, we've had a very sick household the last few weeks, last week or so essentially. Got to go to Spa on Saturday though for World Endurance Championship, which was just phenomenal. What a great event that is now. 100,000 people were here at Spa for that, so it was really fun to be part of that. But yeah, had sick kids, my wife's unwell. It's a bit much. No, overtaking is not easy around here at all. You're right. Yeah, the kids are definitely better now. But yeah, there's all chance that I'm still going to get it. It's like tummy bugs and stuff too, so it's not nice. I've had a lot of very sleepless nights recently, so yeah, this is our 3rd race tonight, and we'll pull the plug on it after this. Just feeling it, eh? Just really feeling it. And I got quite a bit of racing to do this week. We've got the global eSport qualifiers tomorrow and Saturday, which will full focus on. I'm very interested to see how I stack up actually. I really am really interested. Okay, there's definitely some gaps behind, but let's get my head down here and try and get into a groove. Let's not let Alexander chat behind us here. Haven't seen the video yet. How do you like the Formula cars? Oh, it was good fun. Yeah, like, obviously all my experience in iRacing so far definitely helped me get my head around them pretty quick. So yeah, like the first race was really nice. Oh, cheers, mate. Thanks, bro. Appreciate you so much, man. That's awesome. Yeah, I think we'll all be ready for it's like a long weekend here as well, so we'll put that to good use, mate. Thank you so much. Yeah, life's life's really different when you're a tired parent, eh? And you got sick kids. It's a big. I'm so glad I had Spa on Saturday just to revive me a little bit, even if it was a huge day. My goodness. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate you, eh? But no, the Formula cars, they're just a lot of fun. Like, it was just nice to have no pressure. You know, no iRacing pressure and all that sort of stuff. It's, you know, but yeah, the first race was quite fun and had some fun battles, and then the second race I kind of cleared out. So I'm looking forward to doing some F4 and some other things now, just to get in the wars with them a little bit, you know. All these races now feel, you know, like there's pressure on them, you know, like you got to try and perform and you know, there's certain series I don't do because I know I'm just going to kind of suck at it and lose iRating, and you know, but Formula, it's just, you just sort of forget about it for a while and just go and race and have fun. And that's really the attitude I should have with all the sports car racing, all the racing in general, right? But I don't know. So that the iRating thing is it's a real thing. It's a real thing. Some guy's done a 16.7 in the race. Who's this alien? Yeah, I didn't try the V. I did the F1600. So the V, we were at Winton Raceway, and the V, Formula V just felt like it was a bit one-dimensional. Like, leave it in third and just drive around the whole track in third, you know? So you went up to 4K iRating with just them. Nice. That's what I like about the Rookie Series. They're like quick fire. But, you know, if you're high enough iRating, there's good people to drive with. Please don't be a slowdown. Oh, that was close. That was a bit scary, actually. Okay, I've kind of missed something here. I've got Adam in front of me now. I feel like I missed something. That's all right. Feels like there's been a lot less slowdowns from the drivers in this field tonight, in this particular race. Yeah, the crazy thing about the slowdown at El Rouge in this car is because the car's quite bouncy. If it bounces while you're on top of that curb and the two right-hand side wheels come off the ground, you'll get a slowdown for being over the line. It's like you need two wheels on the track. So I've seen it quite a bit where people have had slowdowns because they're, you know, they're over the line, but the car bounces and leaves the track, which is quite unreal if you think about it. But you know, it's what they do. It's a sort of funny odd system. Right, 5 laps down. That's better. Oh, gonna slow down behind. We'll take those. Thanks, Moriwi. Cheers, mate. Appreciate you popping in, dude. Always showing up for our streams. Legend. Yeah, if you get a chance, watch back the first couple of races. They're actually really fun. They're actually good to watch. And then you can skip all the talk as well. Slightly better lap, pulling more gap on the guys behind. Right, just settle in. Oh, touch the curb. Still in bounds. Awesome, mate. Cheers. Thank you.
Lap for you.
Nah, they're a good watch, dude. They're a good watch. Oops, slow down for P5. The other thing about the qualifier races is that they're in cooler temperatures. So what we're learning here today is all good and well, but we're going to have to be a lot more trusting of the car and conditions for the qualifier races. They should be a bit faster. Should be a good chunk faster, actually. It's also really fun driving this track now, because you do drive around looking at all the bits going, yep, it's all so accurate now, because they obviously did the update to this. Was it start of last year, was it? It's pretty accurate. It's going to be missing a few things soon. There's some new buildings and stuff going in when I was looking around on Saturday. It's really funny to be driving around, looking up at the crowd and looking at the footpaths and where everything is and think, oh, that's where that is. That's how it looks like. What isn't accurate is there's a grandstand over there to the left-hand side. No one sits in that because you can't actually get access to it during basically all the rounds I've ever been to here. I think it's like an F1 thing only. Sleepy Wolf, hello! Welcome to the stream, mate. Just get around these corners where we'll have a little look at your message there. Porsche Cup car is taking all of my concentration at the moment. Started watching your vids since 6-ish months ago. Decided to jump into iRacing. Nice. That's awesome, dude. No, I'm glad it was helpful. I always appreciate when people can see the good side of iRacing in my videos. I definitely try and show off just how much fun I've been having with it. And I really have been having a lot of fun with it. Been having a lot of fun tonight, actually. Had some great racing. A little bit deep. And how are you finding it so far? Are you enjoying it? How's rookies treating you as such? Have you been doing MX5s or M2s or? 3 laps to go. Just had to get a bit quicker through there. Oh, Chief, try, mate. Try. So if these guys have been overdriving, they might fall off in the last few laps here. I think I've been keeping the car pretty well underneath. Ah, yes, IR Drive. Exclamation mark overlay, if you want a link to it. But yeah, no, great bit of kit. Been using it since day one of iRacing. Used the ACC version before. These guys have, they've been supporting me since day one, basically. Always making improvements and adjustments. So yeah, it's pretty good actually. Lost it. Bit slow there. I'm learning a lot. Never played any other racing games. Oh yeah, cool. No, that's probably a good thing actually. Coming to iRacing for that. iRacing's got a few like quirks, and if you come from other games, it's sort of like braking technique and stuff. It's quite a bit to relearn it. So if you're just starting on iRacing, then you're probably it's probably for the better actually. Slow down for P6. It's a long way up the road though. Is that lead car? Yeah, it's P2 up the road. The leader is gone. I think I'm finding a fair bit of time through there at the moment compared to the start of the evening. Oh, it's a wibble wobble. Tyres are starting to go on these cars in front. It's going to be white flag next time around. Still struggling out of that corner.
One flag, one more left to go.
Oh, have I now?
You've got about 2 laps of fuel.
Turned it too early, the lift. Yeah. Oh. Oh, team car. Oh, bit of wobble. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, that's a slide for me too. The best exit, not as good for him either. Bit of a run here on Julian. Get this corner right. Oh, look at the massive speed token he's taken there. Yep, cool, bro. Ah, that's annoying.
Chicken flag, chicken flag.
Not sure about that one, Adam.
Great job.
But
You did
all good,
really
mate.
well.
Now, I don't have any problem with the chicane move, okay? I have a little problem with this. I think this. Unless he keeps it in bounds, he definitely doesn't. I have a problem with that. That should be a slowdown. Yeah, Dutch race, 100%. That. You have. Oops. That is classic. And I'm to be honest, I'm very surprised that that move isn't a slowdown, because you have left the track and gained an advantage. And I may be a little bit hesitant here. I could have done a better job. I'm not going to lie, I could have done a better job. But that's just using speed tokens, basically. And I've squeezed them as much as I could. I'm glad we didn't make any more content than that. And, you know, it's a good move around the outside. Like, I'll give him that for sure. I just think it's a bit cheeky. It should be a slowdown. Should be a slowdown. That's okay. We survived another one, guys. Happy enough with that. So it's protestable. Yeah, it's a bit. It would be silly to protest. It's because they can't. Like, if they could add penalties to race results and things get changed around, then I like that. Like on LFM, if you could protest that, stewards would look at it and imply a penalty in race, and you would go up a spot. Perfect, you know. But yeah, I think that's the other side of it as well. And I half thought about it, like, so I just take the token and do it. But unfortunately, that just increases the likelihood that more people do exactly the same thing. I kind of like the idea that you would race the race you would want to race, how you would want others to race you. And sometimes people make their own decisions, and it's inside the game. The game, they can do it, right? So you can't fault them for trying. So yeah, it's a bit like you know, taking a slowdown on a defensive line, you know, and there's kind of blocking. Like, you can get away with it. You shouldn't be able to get away with it, but you can. So yeah, it's one of those ones. That's fine. That's fine, guys. That is. And we did end up in P8 in the end, so it's still another solid result for us. And yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. Yeah. We say race hard, stay positive is what we say around here. And that was just a good race. It was a good race. I had a chance there. Look at that. We gained some safety rating back. It is possible. Yeah, that was split 3. The 3,300. So yeah, 142 championship points. So yeah, not a pretty good haul today, actually. 3 top 10s, a 7th, a 10th, and an 8th. We have gone up a good wee chunk of iRating today, actually. Over 100 iRating today, I'm pretty sure. So pretty close to 3,500, which is quite phenomenal. We survived 3 spa races, which is one of those. So Cheers, Owen. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Yeah, if we can squeeze 0.1 a second a lap, you're top 5. Yeah, that's how close I feel I am. You're absolutely right. You know, best lap. This guy here, or girl, Helen. Sorry. Making a massive assumption there. Speedy. Goodness me, that is fast. But yeah, 17.9, 17.1. So Thor's pretty quick as well. 17.6, and we're just not quite into the 17s in race trim, but got a couple of things to work on for the rest of the week. Like I said, I think the open qualifiers are a little bit faster, so maybe that's going to help us a bit. Just in general, might suit the driving a little bit more. And the other thing, let's have a quick look, guys, before we head on. Yeah, it's crazy rapid. I think that iRacing will go up very fast, and we won't be racing them anytime soon. But the other thing to have a quick look at, guys, is our overalls. This is what we've been focusing on here on Tuesdays. It is our overall championship points. So we are now at week 8. So this is now our points. We can only from this point improve previous results. So our numbers are only going to go up kind of slightly. Other people who have done, say, 7 weeks here, and I'm sure there'll be people with 6 weeks here as well, they're going to get chunks of points on us. So we'll see how this all plays out. But currently, we are 49th overall. This is in fixed. Our friend Jack here is in 25th. He's having a really, really good run. I'm on 1,117 points. For Division 2, though, we are currently Jackson 7th. I'm in 15th. So, yeah, like you can see here, like Felipe here is 5 weeks. He's only got a handful of points less than me. So if these people actually go and finish 8 weeks of racing in the next, they got 4 weeks to do it, 3 weeks after this, they will, in theory, come over the top. Our friend Osama here, he's there. He's got his 8 weeks. He's a little bit behind us. So yeah, realistically, next week I need to look at my worst results, probably technically what my 4 worst results, and try and improve those numbers in the races. But that's pretty solid so far. And then in open, we're doing a little bit better, I think. We had another good open result this week. And we're on the first page. Look at that, 23rd. So actually less points, interestingly. But apparently it's harder to get points in this. So we're on our 8 weeks there. We are less than 100 points behind Jack in open class. So, hey, Jan, a decent race. Just stumbled upon a 6.8k high and mighty guy who had brown stuff running out of his mouth. Oh dear, you found one of those people. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. Yeah, we had an okay race there. We survived the start. We started 6th. We finished 8th in the end. Got by for 7th on the last lap at Puhon. The guy made a mistake there, and then the guy used up some speed tokens through Blanchemont to get us into the chicane. So P3 start after quali, P4 finish. Spun it last lap before exiting to okay, yeah. P3 though, P4 finish, yeah, nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to giving that a crack at some point. I really need to work out when I'm going to do that and actually properly schedule it in, because that just looks like a bundle of fun. And you do that pre-qualifying for that one, right? Same as most of the Nordschleife races. Have to try and give that a go. Yeah, so. But yeah, guys, 23rd overall so far, and that makes us in Division 2. Now, obviously, it's the start of the week. Some people haven't done races yet, but look at that, 10th in Division 2. I got to admit, when I started doing this, I did not expect to be this high up in overall standings, and it'll be really interesting to see over the next few weeks if people come and actually finish their, 8 races. Christopher here, if he does another week, he'll get in front of me, so it'll be interesting if I can bump this number up overall and then just see how it holds on, essentially. Leroy here, he's obviously got some good pace, he's getting good points, but if he doesn't do all 8 weeks, then he's obviously not going to get over the top of us. But to be this high up is just shows that a bit of consistency for overall series is it definitely helps. And to be on this first page, because look at these names here. you know, more at Salona here. This guy, guys, you know, he's pretty much who I studied the driving for to get the speed I have out of this Porsche Cup car. You know, there's still things to find. I still am trying to implement things that I watch him do, and he's got it. You know, so to be just in the same sequence of names here is it's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty cool. I love this little Porsche Cup car. I love racing it. Having absolute blast. We had an absolute blast tonight, and yeah, like I said, that's not the last of my Porsche Cup car racing this week. We'll certainly try a few more of these daily races at some point. But we've got, all going well, 3 attempts. He does do coaching. Yeah, I have considered talking to him about some coaching, and even seeing if he was keen to. I'll obviously pay him for his time without a doubt, but you know, see if he's willing to do a video collaboration or something like that. Just he's he's just has so much knowledge. You know, lots of people ask him on streams and things like that. It'd be really interesting to sort of pick his brains a little bit. But I love his racecraft. I love his attitude on track. Like he's very calm. He doesn't kick off. He's, you know, of course he has his moments, right? Like he's very competitive, you know. But I just, he's very cool, calm, and collected, and it's great to watch him race. So, and look at how much points he's got, and look at that, crushing it. But yeah, we'll be back at Spa a fair bit. I have a feeling we might, if we are lucky. We are, yeah, hopefully going to get over 3,500 iRating this week. It's very close. That's pretty special. That's very special. Yes, and hello, Drifx. Sorry, I completely missed you being first in the chat here. I see your name everywhere all the time now. Yeah, good morning from New Zealand. What's the time now? Do the maths in my head. 8:30. 8:30. That's a nice sleeping. Do I recommend Pcup or GT4 before GT3? I actually recommend Porsche Cup now. When I first did it, I would have recommended GT4 because the GT4 is a little bit easier to drive. Hey, Michael, welcome, mate. Morning. I saw you in one of these races earlier on the results list. How did you find it? Having good fun out there? Let's go this one over here. Let's go over here. Gain 81 and 76 iRating, 2 races at Nords. Let's go. 2.6k formula. About to get into B class this week. Yeah, I bet the Nords is good for SR as well. That's fantastic. Jan, what are you racing when you get to B license in Formula? What's the trick there? So yeah, Sleeper Wolf, I'd say Porsche Cup car. I'd say that now because when they changed the Porsche Cup car to have ABS and traction control, and you can't like abuse it. You would have seen there my overall pressures are lower than what you can do in GT3, but it's got that more GT car feel to it, where the GT4s now they got a new tire, so the cold tires were much trickier. They got more power and less aero, so they're actually really hard to drive. Yeah, it was funny. It sort of flipped the script. You usually would have gone GT4. The Cup cars had no ABS, no traction control. They were absolute handful to drive, and then they updated them both, which are real world updates. You know, this is how these cars are in real life now. The Cup cars they got ABS and TC and things. But yeah, you're seeing it there, right? They're so much fun to drive. They're a little bit more delicate to drive than a GT3 car, but they're great fun. They're super popular series now. So there'll always be people you're iRating to race. So 100%. So work from home days equals sleeping. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, that would be true for me if we didn't have children. Even weekends don't. There's no sleeping in this house anymore. None at all. So yeah. Don't like Super Formula. Okay, that one is too deadly. No, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I was looking at Formula a bit and I was thinking F4, F3, you know, Indy next, kind of in C license. There doesn't seem like there's much higher than that, you know, and lots of good racing in C. And if I'm kind of there with sports car stuff now, if it wasn't for GT3, there'd be no reason to go to B license for me, you know. Well, they should give the prototypes a good run at some point. We'll see. Too many great things to race in iRacing. Yeah. Yeah, no, it is a bit strange, Sleepy Wolf. But in saying that, if you think about it, the Porsche Cup car is supposed to be a very customer-friendly car. You know, you think how many Porsche Cup Series there are around the world. They are a pay-to-drive type championships. You know, there are some really top-level guys that go in, Porsche Juniors and things like that. But yeah, they're supposed to be, even GT3s, right? They're not supposed to be hard to drive. Like they're supposed to be able to get into them as someone who's learning about race cars, who just has money. Let's be honest, they've got the money to do it. But they're supposed to be easy to drive and easy to race. And then there's techniques to get the most out of them, but actually getting them around the track's not super, shouldn't be super hard. Well, yeah, when GT4 got their changes, oh, goodness me, it was tricky. Cold tires, you just never could just jump on the throttle. Even when the tires warmed up, they were super hard to do. Yeah, so yeah, it is best and single make. That's what I mean. Yeah, and yeah, right. GT4 is multi-make, multi-class, hard to drive. Which car do you choose? You kind of have to own them all. Similar to GT3, you have to own a bunch of them. Yeah. Freudke, yeah, Pcup is king. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And I think so next season I am really thinking about doing some more committed sessions to GT3. Kind of what we've been doing with Porsche Cup on Tuesday, doing GT3 on say a Thursday instead of maybe league racing. But the same concept, pick a car and just there'll be weeks where I'm slow, there'll be weeks where it's not the best car. But I've been struggling with the thought of needing to change cars every week, etc., etc. I like the idea that we pick a car, we really get to know it, and we probably lose iRating a bit in GT3. We'll gain it back in Porsche Cup for a while, and then hopefully we can just get to a level, and then we'll start putting some other cars into it. Like I think we can do, yeah, week on week, different cars. It's just very hard to get my head around at the moment, and I'm sort of avoiding it. You know, I'm essentially doing all Porsche Cup. Like look at my, I've done no B or A series races this season. See? None. Absolutely none. I've done all these weeks, you know, we've done, yeah, 8 weeks, got my $8 of credit, look at that. But I've done all Porsche Cup and a few of the Nürburgring Endurance Championships, which of course are, you know, GT3s, but I have not done any GT3 racing. I've just done the league racing. And essentially it's because I'm not fast enough for my iRating in GT3, and I have to undo that somehow. As fun as it is to just keep racing Porsche Cup, I've got to undo it. I've got to get better. A bit of a leveling off process, really. So yeah. Yeah, only over trying to get used to Meta car, that doesn't suit you. No, it doesn't. No, it really doesn't suit me at all, Jan. I think I'd rather stick to one car and get good. And my reasoning behind this is that if the pro guys are faster in the slowest car of the week, if they're still faster than my split, then I surely can drive anything. Like I just look at it and think I've got 2 seconds to find, and if I could find 1.1 of them, I would win this race. You know, so it doesn't matter what car you drive at my level. Really understanding a car to get the most out of that car for a track would be much better for me. So that's been the great thing about Porsche Cup. It's been one car, and now they know the car. I can essentially take it to any track and kind of work it out pretty quick, work the track out, you know. So yeah, I need to get to know a GT3 car that well. So yeah, already happy with my 1,520 iRating after like 3 weeks iRacing. Nice. Yeah, well, obviously moving forward. Well, you start with what, 1350, right? So moving forward, that's awesome, bro. That's awesome. It's funny because yeah, going from like 1500 to 2K is a bit of process. And then 2 to 2.5 and 2.5 to 3, it's like exponential amounts of work. Yeah, like it was, yeah, it's crazy how much harder it gets to, and especially once you're over 3K. It's like all the pressure ramps up. Everyone's fast. Everyone's good. There's no easy races. Like it's fun, but it requires a lot of effort. Yes. Yeah, the downside of Pcup is most people are too aggressive, which ends up in mayhem most of the time. Yeah, I think it's if you take just enough time to get enough of the speed in Pcup in those earlier races, if you can get a clean start, Like, I think that's what I found when I finally worked the car out and I was still like 2200 iRating, is that you're always at the front of those races. And for the next like 3-4 weeks, you're just at the front, get a clean start, couple of good guys around you, careful of the loonies. There was a few loonies we found, but there was definitely mayhem in the middle, you know, and a lot of it was people just over driving the car, not being able to stop the car. So yeah, I think but once you understand the car just a little bit, you'll immediately be in front of all those people for a good few weeks. So yeah. Yeah, big downside of high splits is that the people have time to practice. Yeah, have better lap times. And also that's kind of logical. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I think the weeks where I am good, you guys have to know that there's hours of practice before I even jump into stream. You know, on a Monday and a Tuesday, even during the day, essentially when the kids are in school, you know, like that's why I can do YouTube. Is I have the days. That's not every day. That's when kids are sick. We've got lots of school holidays, you know, but there are weeks where I'll get 4 complete school days to just be here, content, training. That's where the speeds come from. Like if I worked a normal job like this, I'm not this fast at all. I wouldn't be trying all these different things. I just do one thing because that's all I'd have time for. So, Ruben, yeah, I'm stuck at 2K for a while. Do GT4 this season, maybe Pcup or GT3 next year. Totally try Pcup, man. Totally. How do you find your GT4s this season? I haven't even had a crack at them. I've driven them a couple of times. They're just so different to anything else. They're hard to jump in and be good at, you know? Can even learn to get up to pace in an hour if you know what to look for while driving. Yep. 100%, yeah. 100%. I think this is where, you know, my advice to new people is pick one series and really commit to it like I have with Porsche Cup, because you can at least get to a point with that car where you can just go, I know what the car does. You can get onto a new circuit. If you make a mistake, you can go, I know why. You know, have your driving inputs up so you can see, oh, too much ABS, you know. So yeah, it's not essentially like trying to be good in a car, it's trying to understand you're driving in it, right? And then once you understand all that, you can self-correct, you can self-manage, you can in the race go, okay, I did that wrong, and then fix it. But that just takes time. So yeah. No, that's there. No, that's the right call. Sleepy Wolf. Yeah. Yeah. Between MX5, like I like the M2. I think you should give it a bit of a go, because what for me the M2 taught me more about sports car driving physics than the MX5 did. MX5 was a lot of fun, but like the M2, you have to be good on your brake. You have to be gentler on the brakes, gentler on the tire in general, gentle on throttle, and that really serves you when you get into Porsche Cup GT3s, things like that. So there's something about that car. It's very hard to drive. I've got to admit, it was a hard car to drive, but once you kind of work it out, it will serve you really nicely for those other categories. So yeah, I tend to overdrive to get faster. I really need to not do that. Yeah, I'm the same. When I'm looking for, I will default to trying to find time under brakes, and that's the absolute terrible way to do it. You'd be better to be held back on your initial braking point, and yeah, and then push on. Look for corner apex speed and exits, and then work your way to the point where you stop losing time, like on exit. While trying to brake deeper. If you brake deep and you lose time on exit, you're braking too deep. So slow method, yes, yeah. Have a look. He's got a YouTube channel. Have also a look in the description of this video. There is a link to his academy. You see the branding on there. I've got access to the course. And yeah, but his YouTube channel is fantastic. But also the academy, the first level of the academy is free if you sign up to it. Totally worthwhile. Some incredible stuff in that level 1. And then all the high end stuff. If you can master the first lot of it, essentially you'll get over 2.5K, because it's a lot of great fundamentals, and then there's the higher level stuff inside the main course. So you've got the lifetime members academy. Yeah, awesome. Yeah. No, I'm the same. I'm really trying to get my head around certain elements of it and try and do some content on it, because it's incredible stuff. Every video you're like, holy smoke, learning lots, learning lots. Yep, yep. Dutch race, yeah, Ham said T1 at Spa. Lots of corners at Spa, actually. Um, there's some very interesting corners around Spa. And the way you carry speed, it's quite unique, actually. That's what I mean. I struggle at Spa more than in most tracks because of that, essentially. Because there's some very interesting styles of corners. So, Sleeper won't lie. I might have upgraded from G920 to pedals to the R5 Moser bundle, and there's so much more data coming from the wheel. It's insane. Yeah, so I think the Newton meters of a Logitech is like 2 Newton meters. I'm on Simagic stuff. I got 15, and I run it quite heavy, and there's lots of feeling and feedback. It just helps with consistency and knowing what the car's doing and things. I don't think it's made me faster. It's just probably made me understand quicker, if that makes sense. So Spa is very sweaty. Spa is very sweaty. Cheers, Doc. Thanks, mate. Yeah, no, I'm glad you're entertained. I had a lot of fun that tonight. I really, really did. Yeah. Yeah, cheers, Michael. Appreciate it, mate. Enjoy work. Sorry about that. Have fun one though. Yeah, but guys, no, we're gonna finish things off there. Yeah, thank you very much. If you haven't already, please leave a like. Like I've said earlier in the video, I released my first ever YouTube short today, so if it does come across your feed, give that a like as well. We're going to bring some more. There's a lot of older stream moments that I've been saving up over the while, so hopefully it brings back maybe some memories of you guys watching some of the streams and stuff. But I really appreciate you dropping in. Really appreciate all the support. I can't thank you guys enough. It's been a rough couple of days with family illness, and I got to admit, if it weren't for you guys being here, I might not have jumped in tonight. But I've had a lot of fun. You guys have made that one happen, and we've got some more videos coming up. Wish me luck for first round of eSport qualifiers. You guys will get that video started next week, and 100% looking forward to being in touch with you guys on Thursday for GT3. And whatever you're doing this week, I hope you have a great time. There's lots of good racing on iRacing this week, so I hope everyone's having a great time. Sean already joined the Discord, the Academy. You can catch me there anytime. Yeah, nice, Sean. Yep, just tag me. Fantastic. Yeah. I need to do a little bit more stuff in the Academy in general, some of the races and bits and pieces, right? We'll carve out some time. I'm so time strapped at the moment. It's crazy. So, hey, Tyson. Cheers, mate. Appreciate it. Yeah, I hope, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed I don't get it. That's the one thing we've got. Everyone's sort of now over it. If I get it, I'm in trouble. So anyway, race hard, stay positive, guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.